Hello and welcome to another episode of Tales of the Abyss. And every whatever episode we decide to read this to catch you guys up on what
hold on. You are way too loud.
Sorry guys.
No, that's not your fault, that's mine. Blip, blip, blip. That's better. Okay, so, actually, on the YouTube order, I believe this is our 100th episode.
Oh, yay!
Kage needs to fucking edit videos.
Yes, you do.
Now, what have we been doing? Let's find out. Yeah?
Did you writing your thing?
I'm working on it right now, Mew.
Okay.
In the audience hall, Jade explained about the appearance of the new HOD, as well as what he called quasi-hyperresonance. Basically, Master Van is extracting replica data from Aldrin and using that to create replicas. As a result, a quasi-hyperresonance occurs between the original land and its replica, resulting in the original being destroyed. So long as the replication continues, more and more land will be destroyed. Of course, it will take some time to extract the replica data for the entire planet, so it's not like the originals will disappear immediately. And Jade suggested that the Famicry equipment creating the replicas was probably on Eldrint, the name Mose gave to the new HOD. Right now, we're the only ones who are able to fly, so it's our job to stop the Famicry taking place on Eldrint. It was also decided to hold a summit on how to deal with the new Order of Lorelei, so that both countries and the original Order can come to an agreement on the measures to be taken. Emperor Peony agreed. Uncle, the king, also knows about the summit, so now we just need to check with Teodoro in Yulia City. When we left the castle, Largo was waiting for us. He told us that Arietta was waiting for us in the Cheagle Woods. So the time for the duel has finally arrived. Let's let Annis take care of that before we go to Yulia City. The Cheagle Woods were unchanged from the last time we visited them. It's a little painful remembering Ion, but he probably wouldn't want to see us spending all our time moping over him. Annis told us to wait at the entrance to the forest, but Annis is, well, this is kind of embarrassing to say, but she's one of us. We can't let her go alone. We headed deeper into the forest to face Arietta together. Here comes the cat.
I see me.
The duel between Arietta and Annis began. Annis never once spoke the truth about Ion, and in the end, Arietta lost the duel and breathed her last. Largo, the mediator, watched everything, then left, tacitly admitting that he was in fact Badak. It must have been tough on Annis, but she insisted that she was fine, so we headed for Yulia City to finally take care of arranging the summit on the score. When we reached Yulia City, we found a replica on the ground in pain. Apparently the world has been flooded with replicas, and some of them are being treated cruelly and running away. I felt for them. I'm in exactly the same position myself. Teodoro agreed to attending the Doth Summit, and said he would leave for Doth shortly. I don't know how, we're the only ones who can... Oh wait, the whole world is in the Cliffoth now. Now we just need to report to King Ingibert. Let's head back for Batical. There were a lot of replicas in Batical, just like we had heard at Yulia City, and they weren't all being treated well. The sight worried me. Before the castle, we found a group of Batical citizens who believed in the new Order of Lorelei about to riot. Natalia somehow managed to calm them down, but it's easy to see they're at the limit of their patience. We'll have to get the country unified again as soon as possible. Anyway, let's go report to the king on the score summit. The king was also worrying himself over the replicas. We explained what had happened since Moses' worldwide broadcast, and reported that the score summit would be held in Doth. His Majesty said that he would propose military action against the new Order of Lorelei at the summit as well. But there are still a lot of problems that need to be resolved. Eldrint is still protected by the Planet Storm. The replicas need to be taken care of, and there are domestic issues as well. His Majesty then said he needed to discuss the stance Kimlaska would take at the summit. He allowed Natalia to join the summit as well. I decided to wait at my father's... No, at Duke Faber's mansion until the preparations were complete. As we were leaving, I mentioned the issue of Natalia's father to the king, and was told to visit His Majesty in his chamber afterward. Okay, let's take care of that first. Upon hearing that Largo was indeed Natalia's father, the king couldn't decide whether to tell Natalia or not. Everybody had their own thoughts, but I suggested that Natalia should be told. Though of course His Majesty is the one who will make the decision. He's much more of a father to her than Largo, after all. With the report taken care of, we headed for the mansion. As we left the castle, Jade said that he would return to Malkuth to help settle Malkuth's policy. He took the Albiore with him, so we ended up stuck in Batical. With no other choice, we headed for the...
Only thing she came up for was her water.
With no other choice, we headed for the mansion, but then Ash contacted me, saying he was going to come and meet me. That gave me a thought, so I told him to come to the mansion. Okay, let's wait for Ash in the mansion. Ash arrived before long. Apparently he hasn't been able to find the Jewel of Lorelei and is out of clues on where to look. That reminded me of Ion's score, the one about going to Belkend to find a way to eliminate the miasma. That way was to use hyper-resonance to dissolve the miasma with the power of the Sword of Lorelei and 10,000 sacrifices. I asked Ash about that, but he came right back and asked me if I was offering to die. That's when I first realized how insincere, how weak my resolve to change, even the gesture of cutting my hair had been. Back then I had thought I could die, but how? But now? Even if my death could save the world from the miasma, I'm afraid of dying. Ash said that he didn't want to die either. It's just like Jade said, this method is too unrealistic. Ash tried to leave then, but I still had something for him to do. I'm going to make him see Father and Mother. I brought Ash to see Father and Mother and left for the courtyard. I'd been thinking I wanted to get Ash back here to see them, but now that I finally have, it was too difficult to watch. When I got out into the courtyard, everybody scolded me for thinking about dying in order to get rid of the miasma. But I've spent a lot of time thinking about it. Thinking about why I was born. Maybe I was born in order to eliminate the miasma. Then wouldn't that mean I had a reason to exist after all? Then Ash returned from seeing Father and Mother, yelled at me, and left. Even though we're the same person, we always wind up fighting. Or maybe it's because we're the same person. Natalia and Jade returned the following day. Both countries had agreed to stopping the planet storm in order to attack Eldrant. Now we just need to get things arranged at the summit. Both rulers are already headed for Doth. Let's get going in the Albiore ourselves. But just as we were leaving Batical, we found Spinoza waiting for us. He said Ash had gone to ask him about how to neutralize the miasma. He can't be planning to use hyper-resonance to do that? Even Ash, the original, wouldn't be able to survive that. And what's he planning to do about the 10,000 people he'd have to sacrifice? I wondered that out loud, and Jade replied that he was probably going to use replicas. Since the 7th phonon is used to bond together atomic particles during replica synthesis, replicas could serve as substitutes for 7th Fonus, Jade said. Is Ash planning a mass suicide with that many replicas? We can't let him do that. We decided to head for the Tower of Rem, which is probably where Ash has gone. The Tower of Rem is on the Kyubi Peninsula, the southernmost part of the Rudniken continent, southwest of Kaitsur. Let's board the Albiore and hurry after Ash. Child, did you dig all your treats out of your Kong already?
Of course she did.
The Tower
That smart and that fast.
The Tower of Rem was filled with countless replicas. We also saw Noir from the Darkwings, which means Ash must be here too. Noir asked us to stop Ash. Of course we will. We won't let him die. But the door to the elevator leading to the top of the tower closed on us. We'll have to climb the stairs instead. We managed to use energy from golems and make it onto the elevator. There we found the replica of Mary, Guy's sister, who said that the replicas were waiting at the top of the tower for Mose to save them. And we found out that Ash had asked them to sacrifice themselves. He really is serious about this. Just then, Dist flew in and attacked, saying he had come to destroy the replicas at Mose's order. We fought Dist to protect the replicas and defeated him. Dist's last words before his machine exploded were that Mose had forsaken the replicas. The replicas seemed to fall into despair at learning they no longer had a place on Eldrant. Then Ash arrived to prod the replicas into making a decision. We tried to stop him, but he wouldn't listen, and he descended in the elevator, saying he would wait for the replicas to make their choice. We can't let him go like this. Let's go after Ash and convince him to stop. The Darkwings were waiting for us at the entrance of the Tower of Rem, and they told us that Ash had gone to Doth. Then we'll just have to follow him there. When we reached Doth, the summit had already begun. Apparently Ash had shown up as well, and left a letter saying that he would work with the replicas to eliminate the miasma and ask that the replicas be given shelter if he succeeded. He then left for the Sephiroth and Mount Zaleho to look for the Jewel of Lorelei. We told them the truth about Ash's plan, that he was going to die in order to get rid of the miasma. I was sure the three leaders wouldn't permit such a thing, but they only stood silently. They can't believe that letting Ash die, even to clear out the miasma, is a good thing. But when Jade spoke the alternative, I realized that that was probably the best way. The only way. Three leaders must have been thinking the same thing as well. I'm the one that has to die, not Ash. I'm a replica, and Ash is the original after all. If one of us has to disappear, it obviously ought to be me, the defective one. They told me to think about it, but I doubt there's much to think over. They've probably already reached their decision. So this is the future that Ion saw. Everybody except Jade tried to stop me, but I've already made my decision. I mean, I don't really want to die, but this is the only way, so I don't have a choice, do I? To be honest, I'd be happier if Ash died instead of me. That's how much I want to stay alive. But that's not an option we have. I guess it's time to go and inform everyone of my choice. But on the way back, I ran into Ash. He told me to look for the Jewel of Lorelei myself because he was going to disappear. So I told him that I'd die to neutralize the miasma instead. We got into an argument. It must have sounded stupid. Neither of us want to die, and yet both of us were saying we'd die in the other's place. Eventually, Jade broke us up, and Ash headed for the Tower of Rem, again ignoring my words. I returned to the chapel to inform the leaders of my decision. The leaders accepted my resolution. Teodoro said that there had once been a mining town near where the Tower of Rem is, so if I do succeed in my plan, it will end up fulfilling Yulia's score. That score foretelling prosperity. I'll die in a mining town, taking thousands of people with me. It seems that all the other issues raised at the summit were resolved. The three-way alliance, the stopping of the planet storm, an attack on Eldrant, all were accepted. The only thing left is for me to eliminate the miasma. Let's go to the Tower of Ren. And that's where we left off.
Sammy, come on.
That was a lot of synopsis. Who's a good girl?
Come here, kitty.
And I thought we were in the...
We were in Doth.
Oh, right.
Daddy doesn't need you in his lap. Daddy is running the game. You can come curl up with me.
Don't you dare go up that elevator! Don't you dare be an idiot!
Wait. Did we want the top floor or did we want the crane?
Top floor?
Shit.
Shit.
The AC is pretty loud. I'm going to turn the fan down to low.
Okay. Did you grab my water while you're up? Sammy.
Annie. You leave that bull alone.
Silly kitty.
No.
Is it empty in there? Is that your problem?
It shouldn't be. Looks like Ash isn't here yet. Ah!
What happened to her? She's one of us, chased out of a city and treated like a slave before coming to this tower. Why have you come? Are you the one who will walk the path of death with us? You intend to give up your lives to erase the miasma. We realized that there was no other way. No, we decided it is what we must do.
You're being persecuted by the originals just like he is. Yet you'll still disappear for them?
This is not for the originals. It is so our many brethren who have not yet made it here can find a place to live. A new nation will arise from our corpses. Do you not desire our deaths as well?
I told you I'd do it! Why are you here? Ash, I told you replicas! I am the one who will die with you! Come!
Ash, stop this foolishness!
Listen to her, Ash. Stop! Stop trying to tell me what to do! Get out of here! You're a replica too! If you stay here, you'll be caught up in the reaction and disappear! Who's going to free Lorelei if that happens? You can free Lorelei! I'm going to do this! Do you want to die that badly? No! I'm the same as you! I don't want to die! But I'm a replica! I'm weaker! I couldn't even receive the jewel to free Lorelei. It needs you, not me! The one who dies here should be the one who's unneeded. The replica! Me! That's enough! Unneeded? I did not have everything stolen from me by someone unneeded! Don't insult me! Ah! Let go of me! No! I can't let you die! Ugh! What the? The sword's reacting. Is the jewel nearby? Ugh! Let go! I agree with Luke. If we must choose one, it should be the original.
Luke, stop!
Everyone, give me your lives! I'm going with you! Stay back! Guy, thanks. You stupid bastard. I don't want to die, I don't want to die, I don't want to die, I don't want to die! I want to stay here! Not for anybody else! I want to live! But... it's not working. The seventh phonons that had gathered are dissipating! The miasma won't be neutralized! The jewel! The jewel's power to disperse is interfering! Damn it! That idiot just didn't realize he had it! Could he possibly be any more of a nuisance? Stupid fucking piece of garbage piece of trash! Ash? Don't worry, I have no intention of dying with you. I'm just going to give your hyperresonance some power. You can disappear by your fucking self! Thanks, Ash.
No, I cannot hear.
Sound up.
Uh-huh. Ooh, that's ominous looking.
such power.
Wow.
And guess who didn't disappear?
Aw, they're holding hands.
Remember your promise. Give the surviving replicas a place to live in return for our lives. I, Princess Natalia of Kimloska, swear on my life that I will fulfill that promise.
As do I. We won't abandon the replicas. In memory of your sacrifice, like that of my sister.
Me too! You're just like Ion, after all.
I'm alive? Why?
Thank goodness. I thought you were going to disappear.
What's this? The Jewel of Lorelei.
This is how. I thought you couldn't find it anywhere.
This idiot accepted it from Lorelei just fine. He just happened to absorb the phonons that compose it into his own body. He was so stupid he didn't realize it until his body began to disintegrate. Go figure.
Wait! Where are you going? We have the key now! We can go together!
If we're together, the God Generals would come after us. I'll act on my own until we locate Van and are ready to release Lorelei. Luke. You used a level of power that should have destroyed you. I'm extremely concerned. Please get a medical examination in Belkend. Right.
Jade, concerned?
I saw right through my arm. What was that?
Fading.
Stop following me around like I'm a little kid. Go in outside.
What are you talking about? We're all worried about you.
Just go.
Well, if he insists.
Okay, we'll be waiting at the inn, Mr. Kid.
I have no idea who Shu was.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
I'll be blunt. You should check into this hospital immediately.
Why?
The phonons binding your cells together are separating and declining dramatically. It's highly likely that very soon your cells will disintegrate and you will die.
Can you cure it if I check in here?
No. We can only postpone the day you vanish.
So I'm going to die. Don't tell the others about this.
But
It's okay. I don't want them worrying about me.
very well.
How did it go?
He said my blood phonons are a little low, but I'll be fine.
Really? That's great!
You sure are tough, Luke.
I'm relieved.
Jade has a plus 20 to his insight rolls.
Well.
Or he just forever rolls a nat 20.
Well, I guess we can relax a little then. You must be tired. Return to Batical with your report on the miasma, then get some rest. Understand?
Yes, His Majesty should have returned to the castle from the summit by now. Yes, and we still have the task of freeing Lorelei. You have to regain your strength.
Alright.
Jade is rolling his insight checks with weighted dice.
No,
What?
you know what? He's fucking Taliesin.
No mercy, Percy.
What? You're a naughty boy telling lies again. I'll go along with your story, but take care of yourself.
No one can keep anything from you, huh?
You're just a bad liar. Also, let me warn you. Your phonons must be undergoing rapid separation. Don't use your power any more than you absolutely must.
Yeah.
Right. Thanks, Jade. Insightful one.
Which is insight.
Skit, a fate of death.
Jade shows expertise in his insight.
I'm going to disappear? I'm going to die? No. Just when I started really wanting to live. I don't want to die. How long do I have? Is it going to hurt? Do the people I killed feel the same way? Did they feel how I do now? I don't want to die. I don't want to die!
Master? I could just see Mew just randomly all of a sudden just go up and hug him. Or just his ankle.
What, Mew?
You just look like you needed a hug.
Thanks.
And he just squeezes tighter.
The Jewel of Lorelei.
So this is the Jewel of Lorelei, huh?
Yeah, looks like it's a capacity core.
Perhaps the sword and jewels served as Yulia's weapon and armor.
Oh, then shouldn't I give this to you?
Lorelei entrusted it to you and Ash. It's your responsibility.
Yeah, and while you're at it, take responsibility for making us go all over the place when you had it the whole time.
But this whole thing with the Jewel of Lorelei getting broken down into phonons and going inside my body, does this happen a lot? It's called the contamination effect.
But doesn't that require a special kind of phonic art to occur?
Replicas' phonons separate easily. As a result, it's also easy for other phonons to get mixed in. If the phonons have similar frequencies, they could easily get taken into a replica's body.
Oh, and since the jewel's made of the 7th phonon, it got mixed up with the 7th phonons in Luke.
So you mean that Luke is susceptible to the contamination effect?
Yes, his phonon frequency is identical to that of the 7th phonon, after all.
Are we gonna keep Luke in that outfit?
I guess not.
Please. It's been like 3 sessions. Really?
The Power Ranger one? No.
Hana?
Thank you.
Alright, next time, we have some side questing to do. Kage, you're going to want to study the 5th phonic hymn.
Shit. That's so far back in my email.
See you next time!
Bye.
Hey guys! Do you like our content? Do you want to support the show? Click the link in the description below to visit our donation page. All proceeds go towards new and better equipment and games you want to see us play. Everyone who donates will get a special shout out at the end of future videos, and we're currently working on setting up some special perks for you. If you don't want to donate, that's okay too. You can support us by subscribing and clicking that bell icon so you get notified whenever we put out a new video.
A huge thank you to Kyle Sheridan for donating and helping to keep our show going.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this episode of Let's Voice Act Tales of the Abyss. If you want to watch the last episode, click the box on the left. Or if you want to listen to our fantasy journey of Dungeons & Dragons from our show called Saving Throw, then I suggest clicking the box on the right. So again, thanks for watching and see you next time. Janet?